The main character of Ghost of Tsushima 2, or Ghost of Yōtei, thinks that all cops are white supremacists, a community manager who defends Sweet Baby Inc., and a CEO and former president tells gamers to don't buy it and go make your own game. Hello, my name is Shane Gamez. I talk about stuff that people get mad about. And if you're new to the channel, welcome. And don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you're a returning viewer, welcome back. And get ready to be disappointed. After 4 long years, the sequel to the critically acclaimed Ghost of Tsushima starring Jin Sakai is finally announced. Though met with tons of excitement, there's a lot of reservations and concern coming from the gaming world. Now, Ghost of Tsushima was a massive success, both critically and commercially. It topped physical sale charts in the UK and US during this debut week and became Sucker Punch's fastest selling game. Globally, it sold 2.4 million copies in the first 3 days, and by 2022, it had reached nearly 10 million copies sold. The director's cut continued its success, topping the UK charts in 2021, and in Japan, it sold over 1 million copies and held strong in the top 30 for 15 consecutive weeks. As of September 2024, the game has surpassed 13 million copies sold worldwide. Needless to say that there's some hype around this game. As someone who's really enjoyed this game, I can say I'm super excited to get back on Ghost. I did fall in love with the main character Jin Sakai, as he was the highlight of the series. And even though I am excited for the sequel, there are some flags that may be of some concern. On September 24th, PlayStation and Sucker Punch would release the announcement trailer for Ghost of Tsushima 2, or what it's now being called, Ghost of Yōtei. Right off the back, we notice some changes to the game. The main character Jin Sakai is now replaced for a new main character, a female samurai named Etsu. According to Sucker Punch, the game is an original story that takes place around Mount Yotei on Japan's Hokkaido Island in 1603, set centuries later from Ghost of Tsushima, with the only shared element being the ideal of the ghost. The trailer is being met with lots of skepticism, especially coming off the heels of Assassin's Creed Shadows and the gaming industry pushing a woke DEI agenda. Many gamers are expressing their concern that Sucker Punch may be following in the same DEI trap that companies like Warner Brothers, Ubisoft, and countless others fall for. What is further pushing the idea that Sucker Punch may be pushing that DEI narrative and is making many gamers second guess the announcement is the voice actress of the main character Etsu in Ghost of Yōtei has expressed some very controversial ideas and statements that are very divisive. Erika Ishii is the voice actress of Etsu. She is a veteran in the voice acting industry dating back to the early 90s. Some of her work include Valkyrie from Apex Legends, Anna Bray, and Destiny 2, and one of my most favorite animes of all time, Jun Jun and Sailor Moon. Erika is a very outspoken radical left activist who has extreme opinions online, and I won't get into all of them, but some of them do stand out. She strongly believes that all police are white supremacists. In a tweet back in 2021, she tweets, "We will not let these terrorists shake our resolve. 2020 showed us that we will rise up and make our voices heard. Despite voter suppression, facing down a white supremacist police force, risking health and safety, we hit the polls and streets to say no more. They can't stop us." Well, Erika, the women and men in blue are not an evil army of white supremacy. 99% of them are just hard-working people trying to do the right thing while providing for their families and loved ones. Then, back in February 2023, Erika appeared to support the failed boycott of the game Hogwarts Legacy. Due to some of the comments made by J.K. Rowling's outspoken stance on transgender activists, Erika would go on to say, "I used to love Harry Potter, went to every midnight release, cosplayed, and was even in a Harry Potter themed improv group. Now I'm happy to instead support and be a part of fantasy narratives where all are welcome. Trans community, we deserve our own better magic. I will always fight for that." She then goes on to say, "F the TERFs," basically saying if you support Harry Potter, then you're a bigot and you should feel bad. This is also coming on the heels of one of Sucker Punch's Punch's most recent hires, former Insomniac Games community manager Thomas Hart. At the beginning of April 2024, Thomas Hart would announce on Twitter, "Incredibly excited to announce that today is my first day at Sucker Punch as a community manager." Now, for those who don't know who Thomas Hart is, it was only a month ago he was on Twitter defending Sweet Baby Inc. In a tweet, he writes, "The whole Sweet Baby controversy is mind-numbingly dumb. Most people have no idea how games are made or what a console does. Many don't even care to listen when someone tries to explain it to them. They would much rather have an other to demonize. If history has taught us anything, whatever Sweet Baby Inc. touches is absolute trash. All of their games are in total shambles, and the practices of these DEI groups are leading to the downfall of many studios all around the world. From Concord shutting down and costing Sony $400 million, Dustborn having an all-time peak of 76 with a current player count of 12, to Ubisoft on the brink of being sold off, with Assassin's Creed being pushed back after the absolute abysmal performance of Star Wars Outlaws. Having these woke agendas and ideas are just not resonating with gamers around the world. But it gets even better. Former chairman, president, and CEO of Sony Interactive Entertainment America Shawn Layden took to Twitter to respond to a tweet from a fan concerned about Ghost of Yōtei's direction, saying, 1. It's a game, an entertainment, a story team of creators believe in. They want to make this. 2. It's a game. If you don't like it, don't buy it. In fact, why not make the game you want yourself? Well, that's a pretty controversial statement, and although I do applaud him for being honest and direct, this is very similar to the Battlefield 5 controversy. Battlefield 5 has always been known for its attempt of being realistic in its depiction of old wars and history. Back in 2018, Battlefield would go on to announce its next installment into the series, Battlefield 5, which was met with lots of backlash from gamers. The game trailer featured a handicapped female soldier being an absolute strong woman, performing all kinds of feats that you would see in a Michael Bay film. However, this took away from the historical aspects of the game, as females didn't really serve on the front lines, and the fact that she was handicapped took the immersive nature of Battlefield away, and as of this day, the trailer has 600,000 downvotes. The EA chief creative officer Patrick Sherlin said in a very famous quote, "Well, you have two choices. Either accept it or don't buy it. I'm fine with either." And as you can imagine, gamers reacted by not buying the game, resulting in one of EA's biggest flops to date. My personal opinion is Sucker Punch has built an amazing reputation, and if they can stick to what made Ghost of Tsushima a success, I am sure this game will be amazing. Most gamers are on edge with the absolute disgrace coming from Ubisoft and Assassin's Creed Shadows, and with comments from former President Shawn Layden taunting gamers to not buy it, it's going to make gamers a little upset and a bit more skeptical. This could, however, be a Metal Gear Solid 2 moment, where we were unhappy that we don't get to play Solid Snake, but by the end of the game, we can never have a Metal Gear Solid game without Raiden ever again, as he's one of the best characters to ever come from Metal Gear. And if there's a studio that can do this, it's going to be Sucker Punch. I think we need to let this one play out. And my advice is to not let your actors talk too much. Most actors in Hollywood have extreme opinions that I don't agree with, but as long as they can do their job very well, that's all I care about. I don't think this is the end of Sucker Punch, but I do think they need to stay on top of this and not let this one get out of hand like Ubisoft. And hopefully their new community manager Thomas Hart doesn't go on a tangent about defending Sweet Baby Inc. What do you guys think? Are you excited for Ghost of Yōtei? Have you played Ghost of Tsushima? And what is your favorite Sucker Punch game? Let me know in the comments down below. And for those of you who stayed to the end, thank you so much for listening, and thank you for being here. Please like and subscribe and leave a comment. I try to get to as many as I can as soon as I can. Stay awesome, have a beautiful night, and I'll see you in the next one. I expanded. I used Tom Nook and KK.